Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see difference between WSM and LSM, that is working stress method and limit state method of design. So let's see what is the difference in between these two. See, before get to knowing about the difference between working stress method and limit state method, you must know this diagram. You may be very familiar with this diagram or this graph. What is this? This is nothing but the stress strain curve. What is this? This is the stress strain curve of a material. In y direction we have stress coordinates, and in x direction we have the strain coordinate. So before, whenever you are having or you are learning the difference between working stress method and limit state method, you must be very known or very well known about this graph. I'll explain you all the points related to working stress method and limit state method by this particular graph. So let's see the first point, what it says. See, in working stress method it says it is an elastic design method and limit state is a plastic design method. Now what does that mean? See, WSM, it says it is what? Elastic design method, and LSM, it says what? Plastic design method. Now what does that mean? See, in working stress method, what we do, at before a particular point the material is stretched, means up to a certain limit a material is stretched and that material is within the elastic limit. If there is particular material or the member, may be concrete material, may be steel material, it may be any material, but in working stress method what happens, that material is stressed only up to elastic limit or limit of proportionality. So if it is stretched, or if the stress is applied only up to the elastic limit, that means it is in which zone? It is in elastic zone. And you may have heard about this diagram, or you may have heard that in this zone stress is directly proportional to strain. Stress is directly proportional to strain, and this law is nothing but which law? It's Hooke's law. Okay, Hooke's law it is. So as per Hooke's law, stress is directly proportional to strain and it is only limit of proportionality, that we have seen or that you have studied. But it is in which zone? It is in elastic zone, means after the removal of loading, for example a particular member, let us consider that this is the beam, okay, and this beam is subjected to an external loading, it is carrying some external loading, okay. So after the removal of external load, the beam is getting, or if it is getting to its original shape, it's regaining its original shape, then that means the beam is elastic and it is in elastic zone. So in working stress method the material is stretched only in elastic zone up to elastic limit. That's why this method is known as elastic design method. And in LSM we go beyond this limit, we even go in the plastic zone. Here it is, uniform plastic deformation, means after that the material will not regain its original shape and size after the removal of loading. So in case of limit state method of design, we go in which zone? Plastic zone also, means up to this point or maybe any point, okay. So that is your limit state method of design. That's why it is known as plastic design method. Now let's talk about second point. It says in working stress method the design strength is calculated such that the stress in material is restrained to its yield limit, under which the material obeys or follows the Hooke's law. That is what I told you. It is stressed up to elastic limit in which the it obeys the Hooke's law. That is what I told you. It is restrained up to only yield limit, and under that the material will obey the Hooke's law, or it will follow the Hooke's law. But in case of limit state, the stress in material is allowed to go beyond the yield limit. I'll draw a diagram here. Let us consider that this is the graph. Okay, so up to this point there is yield limit. After that there is a graph like this, something like that. Okay, so in limit state method of design, the material is stretched or it is allowed to go beyond yield limit. After that also, that is what it means. It means that it will go in the plastic zone. So that is the limit state method of design. Then working stress method of design is stress based method, and limit state method is which method? It is based on strain method. See, working stress method is stress based and this method is strain based, that you have to remember. Okay, then the factor of safety is used in working stress method is as follows. Now what does that mean, or what is factor of safety? I'll explain you this thing. See, for example, if a particular structure is subjected to a load of 50 kilonewton, so for safety what we do, we will increase this load. If it is a steel structure, for example, if it is a steel structure, okay, so for steel structure in working stress method we increase it 50%. That means we multiplied by 1.5. So if you multiply it by 1.5, how much it will be? It will be around 75 kilonewton. So what does that mean? We are using a factor of safety. Some for safety purposes we are not taking the load of 50, but we are increasing this load and we are designing that particular structure for the increased load. So in working stress method we increase the load. If it is a steel member, steel structural member, we will multiply it by 1.5, and if it is a concrete member we will multiply it by 3. But in case of limit state method of design, if it is a steel structure we will multiply it by 1.15. For example, the load is again 50, so what we will do, we will multiply it by 1.15, means 15% increase is there if it is a steel structure, and if it is a concrete structure then we multiply it by 1.5%, 1.5, that means 50% increment is there, and in this 15% increment. But in case of WSM, if it is a steel structure we will increase it by 50%, and it is around 3 times, almost 3 times, means how much? It is 300%. Okay, so these are known as factor of safety or safety factors or partial safety factors. Then working stress method is deterministic approach. This method has deterministic approach, and limit state method has non-deterministic or probabilistic method. Now I'll explain you this thing. If you don't understand this, I'll explain you. It says two words. I'll write it here. In WSM, it says deterministic. What it says? It says deterministic. And in limit state method of design, it says it is probabilistic. It says probabilistic. Okay, so what does that mean? See, in working stress method I told you up to yield limit only, up to yield point or up to yield limit, for example it is here, up to yield limit only we will stress the material. For example, if we stress up to here, okay, it is a linear line. If you want to find out exact coordinates of strain and stress, it is very easy. If you want to do the interpolations, if you want to find out the coordinates, if you want to do the what it says, if you want to do the interpolations, so it is very easy because the line is linear up to yield limit. So we can easily determine where your material fails. Exact point is determined, that it is stretched up to this point, it is stretched up to this point. But not in case of LSM. You may go up to this point, you may go up to this point. The exact point is not known. It is probabilistic, means, and it is non-deterministic. Also says na, in our comparison it says non-deterministic, because we are going beyond this yield point, so it is non-deterministic. We cannot easily determine it because the curve starts from after this point, and up to this point there is a linear line. So if it is a linear line, they are easy to determine. Determine means what? Deterministic. And LSM, in this way you have to remember it. The next point, types of working stress and types of limit states. See, types of working stress are not such cases, but we have types of limit states, and this point we have covered already while taking the types, while discussing this thing particularly in detailed manner. Limit state method of design, we have taken the separate video on that. If you have not watched that video, please watch that video first. So in that video I have told you that what is limit state of collapse, what is limit state of serviceability. I have explained you flexure, compression, torsion, these criteria, why we are taking this criteria, which one is considered in case of strength, which one is considered in case of loads. Then limit state of serviceability, what serviceability means. Limit state of collapse is also known as limit state of strength. Okay, limit state of collapse is also known as limit state of strength. And we have another type of limit state, that is limit state of serviceability. Then the next comparison, the method follows linear stress strain behavior of both materials. As I told you, there will be a linear stress strain relationship, and in limit state method of design it only follows linear strain relationship but not the linear stress relationship. See, if you stretch that material, the strain is getting increased, no? But after certain point the stress is getting reduced. It is not linear, but strain is continuously increasing, na? In case of limit state, after this point also it is getting increased, then it is getting decreased. So which coordinate is this? If you take the like this, if you take the projections, the stress is increasing then decreasing, but strain is continuously increasing. Now for example, at this point, there are various coordinates, so it is continuously getting increased. In this way you can create the logic that it follows the linear strain relationship but not the stress relationship. Stress relationship is up and down like this, but stress is continuously increasing, now like this, in this way. But in this case, stress and strain relationship is linear, means there is a linear line like this, and it is linear. If stress is increasing, strain is also increasing with the same rate. So that is linear rate of increment. Then this method is uneconomical and this method is economical. Now what does that mean? I'll explain you why it is economical and why it is uneconomical, these two methods. I'll delete this one. Now, so working stress method, it says it is uneconomical. Okay, it is uneconomical. But limit state method, it says economical. Why? See, I'll explain you this thing. For example, in WSM, the strength is considered as 50. Forget about the units of this, just remember this value 50. Okay, it will be below this point, below this yield point, somewhere here, somewhere here. Okay, so it is 50. But in case of LSM, it may be somewhere here, it may be somewhere here, it may be somewhere here. Okay, now why economical and why uneconomical, I will tell you. For example, we considered the ultimate point here, but we will not allow to go it beyond this, na? Even if, let us assume that you are using a particular material and its capacity is to resist, it has the capacity to resist the stresses greater than 100, and up to this point suppose the stress is only 40. So you are underestimating the strength of that particular material. It is having the capacity of 100, but you are not allowing to go beyond this point, and you are allowing it up to which point? Let us assume this as 40. So below 40 only you will design that. So you are not using its full strength, na? You are not allowing it to go beyond this point. Means what does that mean? You are underestimating the value. It may go up to this point, it may go up to this point, maybe it will go up to this point and fail. So at this point the stress is obviously more, na? But you are not allowing it to go beyond this in working stress method. But in limit state method of design, you will allow it to go beyond each and every point at this point, this point, and this point. So that's why it is economical. Okay. And in case of working stress method, one more point I want to tell you, that in working stress method, the actual strength is never known, its actual capacity or actual strength. As I told you, you are not allowing it to go beyond this point. Maybe it may go up to this 50, maybe up to, yeah, it may go like this 60, maybe it may go up to 70. Its actual capacity is never known because you are not allowing it to go beyond this point, this yield point. So actual capacity will never be known. But in case of limit state method, actual capacity can be known, even if it is known as non-deterministic, but actual strength, it will allow, you will allow it to go to or to reach its ultimate strength. Okay, so that is one more point you can compare. So this was the video on difference between working stress method and limit state method. You have to remember that graph only. From that graph, from that particular graph or that diagram, I have explained you all these things, so it is not very difficult. Okay, so working stress method is elastic because we are allowing it to go up to the elastic limit only, and this is a plastic design method because we are allowing that material to go in the plastic zone. Then it will obey the Hooke's law. It will not, because it will go in the plastic zone. This is a stress based method, this is a strain based method. The factor of safeties are like this. It is a deterministic approach, it has non-deterministic approach. Types of limit states we have seen in the previous video. The stress strain relationship in case of working stress method is the linear like this, and in this case only the strain relationship is linear because it is increasing in this direction. This one is uneconomical and this one is economic. Thank you.